Hi class, in this video we're going to be ordering real numbers. So real numbers consist of both rational and irrational numbers. In the example one we have here, we're going to order from least to greatest. So the best way is to get all of these as a decimal. Let's start with this one here. There's a negative in front here, and that's the square root of 4. Now recall the square root of 4 is just going to be what number can multiply by itself to get 4. In this case, that would be 2 times 2. So the square root of 4 is just going to be 2. And because I have a negative on the outside, I just apply it. And this answer will now be negative 2. Okay, great. Negative 1.8 is already as a decimal, so I can leave it. The square root of 145. So 145 is not a perfect square. So when you take the square root of that, you're going to get a number that is not very nice because it's going to be non-terminating and non-repeating. Now, here's what I do know as an aside. I know that the square root of 144, though, is going to equal to 12. And since 145 is very close to the square root of 144, the square root of 145 would be approximately close to 12. So it's going to be approximately equal to 12. So I can say here it's going to be approximately equal to 12. Okay. Now 0 divided by 2, well, that's just going to be 0. And then negative 1 and 3/5. Well, 3/5 is 0.6, so it's 1.6. So this is going to be negative 1.6 here. Now we have to order these from least to greatest. So from least to greatest, it looks like the smallest number would be negative 2 here, and then followed by negative 1.8, followed by negative 1.6, then 0, and then my approximately equal to 12. So if I were to keep these numbers in their original form, the order would be negative the square root of 4. It would be negative 1.8. It would be negative 1 and 3/5. It would be 0 over 2. And it would be the square root of 145. And that would be my order from least to greatest. Now in example 2, they asked me to order from descending order. So descending order means from, I'll write it down. Descending means greatest to least, right? So I'm going from big to small pretty much. And ascending would be the opposite. It would be going from small to big or smallest to greatest. So in this case here, let's try to convert everything to a decimal so I can compare as a decimal. Now this is pi. Pi we know is approximately 3.14, right? It's approximately 3.14. This number is already a decimal. It's 1.25. The square root of 5, now this is where it gets a bit tricky. Now, we know the square root of 4 is equal to 2. That's a perfect square. We also know that the square root of 9 is equal to 3. So in theory, we don't know what the square root of 5 is, but the square root of 5 is between the square root of 4 and the square root of 9. So hence the square root of 5 must be between 2 and 3, right? It's between 2 and 3. So it's going to be 2 point something. We don't know what it is yet, but it's 2 point something. Okay, so I'm just going to write here that the square root of 5, we don't necessarily know what it is, but it's going to be 2 point, let's go question mark. It's going to be 2 point something. Okay, it's between 2 and 3. That's all we know. Negative 7 over 3. Now, 7 over 3 is actually just negative 2 and 1/3. And we know that 1/3 is 0.3 repeating. So this should just be negative 2.3 repeating. And now I have negative 2 1/4. we know a quarter is 0.25, so this should just be negative 2.25. Now we're going to order from greatest to least. So my greatest number so far is the pi, and that's just going to be approximately equal to 3.14. The second largest number would be the square root of 5. It's going to be 2 point something, 2 point question mark right now. And now the third greatest number would be my 1.25. Then I'm going to have negative 2.25. And my smallest number would be negative 2.3 here. So if I were to reorder this and keep them in their original form, from greatest to least, it's going to be pi, followed by the square root of 5, followed by 1.25, followed by negative 2 1/4, and then negative 7/3.